analytics, reasoning as to why we're here on this planet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to go inside you. All right? We're going to touch some buttons here that you may not have touched, that you may not have looked at, you may not have experienced. Some of this there may be an upheaval. Okay? If there's something we need to talk about after this, come and get me. All right? Because we're going to go down this road. I wanted to do this because this is what I know. All right? I've experienced over probably 12,000 interviews. I've got about 40,000 hours of session time. I've heard every story you could possibly imagine. All right? So what we're going to talk about today is belief systems, curses and spells, why we think the way we do, what makes us the person we are today. Ask yourself that question. Who are you? How did you get here today? What makes you the person you are today? So we're going to go down this road to see what it looks like. What we're going to talk about here is curses and spells. Curses and spells. Think about generational shaming, generational blaming. Think about what you've heard over the years through family, through yourself, and who said what, and what may have inhibited you from becoming the person or fulfilling your potential, and not judging you for the gifts that you have or the gifts you don't have. Making you the human being you want to be and that you are. So we're going to uncover all these things to see clearly where it all comes from so we can do what? Be whole. That's what we all want in life, is to be whole. Okay? So here's a deeper question. Are your behaviors a reflection of your beliefs the person you are? How you see yourself and how you behave, is that who you are? Are we hiding behind something? Right? Think about that. Are we faking the front when we talk in front of people? My father said that I wasn't smart enough. Okay. What else happened? Oh, education wasn't even mentioned in my house. Oh, okay. So what else happened? They said I wasn't smart enough to do anything and I was worthless. So what's the point? Thank you. Now we have your answer. So it wasn't being lazy. It was the fact that you had a curse put on you that stopped you from being the person you could have been or fulfilling your potential. That's it. Now, here's the next one. What is a spell? Curses and spells. I'm going to keep bringing that up. A spell puts us to sleep as we take action on our passion. Meaning, I'm able to do something, kind of do it, but I got that thing in the back of my head saying, who do you think you are doing that thing you're doing? Who are you? Are you good enough to do that? How many here have bought a car and your friend says, well, why didn't you get the two-door? Well, but I like this. No, but why didn't you see that little, right? That little, boy, they're everywhere. You got to be mindful. What are we paying for when someone does that, okay? So think about that. So that's our definitions. So now here's our journey we're going to take. Imagine you with me. You're going to be me. Everybody come together on me. And we're going to take a journey, and we're going to pick our parents. Oh, yeah. Here we go. And if they pick them, then why would they pick that parent? And the great ever so wizard, somebody says this, to learn a lesson. Oh. Because afterwards, I said, well, then why would he pick that parent? That person wasn't very good to the child. To learn a lesson. So here's how it would look like. Here I am in line. I'm in line ready to pick my parent. All right, sir, you're up picking your parent. Here we go. I'll pick 7-62. You're going to pick your mother. Okay, I'll take this one. Okay, here we go. She comes from a good family. She is the 7th. I'm going to have a lot of uncles. Educated, father's decent. She's pretty reliable, good home ringing. Okay, great. So this looks pretty good. That's my mom. The score is at 9.5. 9.5. Why is she at 9.5? Nobody's perfect. Oh, okay. So that's my mom. So now we're going to pick our dad. Here's how we pick our dad. Pick the dad. We want this one. Oh, dad was abandoned. Dad was left at 12 years of age. Dad grew up in a foster home in Nebraska. Okay, and he has scars that you're going to pay for as you get older when he becomes your father. And there's going to be some domestic violence. And he is a 6.5. Can I trade him back? No, nothing. I can't. No. No. Oh, this is it, huh? And I'm going to learn something from him. Okay, so they're my parents. Now, here's the part where, well, of course all right, let's work on the conception. Use your imagination. Oh, God. Parents having sex. Oh, great. Here we go. Okay. Okay, boom. Conception has happened. 9 months. Boom. I'm out. They slap me on the butt. Wake up, here I go. Now the hard part begins. Here's what it is: socialization. Shit. Socialization. I'm going to be socialized now. Depending on my parents is how I'm going to see the world. And this is the biggest part, and this is the biggest problem that I've encountered of all my tens of thousands of interviews. How you are socialized. And when you're socialized, that depends on what? On how you see the world. All right, on how you see the world. It's going to be important on your parents if they're going to nurture you, if they're going to hold you, if they're going to tell you the things you need to hear as you grow up. Are they going to meet your needs? Now, here is a social psycho modality that I created. It's called the needs-based method. Everything we do on this planet is to get a need met. Otherwise, we don't do it. What's the point? Everybody says this: I did drugs, it was terrible. No, you're meeting a need. I hung out with that group of people. Yeah. They were bad people. No, they weren't bad people. They were the people you needed to meet your need. What was your need? The need was what? For connection. Was your need for acceptance? Was your need for validation? Community. What was the need? Okay, so we go back to socialization. We're out in the world. We're brand new. We can't see, but we can hear and we can sense. And we can't talk. So we're little babies from 0 to 18 months. And guess what? If I cry, and my need for hunger is being met by that one caretaker, guess what? I'm doing pretty damn good. I'm doing great. Now, if I cry and they don't show up, then we go like this. Oh, damn. If I cry, they don't come. Now my need for trust isn't being met. So I'm going to keep a little marker. Whoop, at 18 months, remember, when I cry, they don't show up. If I cry louder, will they show up? If I scream, will they show up? That's your attachment stage. Most of my clients that I've dealt with over the years, that's the stage they get stuck. It's interesting. The earlier the stage you get stuck, the more you will see it in the future. Then we come to the what? Exploration stage. It's my favorite one. Everybody heard about the terrible twos? Terrible twos. No, they're not terrible. You're exploring. The goal of the terrible twos is this. If I turn around and explore my neighborhood and my living room, and I turn around, I want to make sure my caretakers are over here. If they are not there, guess what? Oh my God, they leave me, they abandon me, I don't trust anybody. Now you're wired yourself to do what? Protect yourself because they may not show up. If they do show up, guess what happens? It's a damn good day. It is a damn good day. You're like, phew, I ain't got to worry about anything. Life is good. Remember, my parents showed up. All right, that's the attachment. Now we have, guess what? Here's the one, the identity stage. I love this one. Little toddlers run around. I'm Superman. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, you are, young man. How do you like being Superman? I think it's great. I'm Spider-Man. I try on all these hats. Love the hats. I'm Princess Diana. Is that a superhero? Princess Diana. All right. I'm Wonder Woman. I'm all these people, right? Trying on to see where I fit in the world. As long as my caretaker says this, that's great. How do you like being Superman? How do you like being Wonder Woman? How do you like being the princess? As long as those things happen, guess what? We can breathe. But the moment someone says this, I'm Superman, they go like this. Well, that's stupid. There's a scar. There's your scar, right? As long as you say, I'm Superman, you go, that's dumb, young man. Why would you want to be Superman? That's not real. Poof, right? Another one. So that is the identity stage. Here's what you want to hear. Wow, I'm Superman. Yes, you are. Then you ask the child this question. Young man, are you Superman today? No, I'm just me. That's all I am. I'm just me. There you go. So guess what? Now he knows who he is. All right? Then we go to the attachment stage. Hang on with my memory. I am not Mensa, so give me a break. Okay? So now we go to the competence stage. I can. All right? That's around 4 to 7. When you stop somebody from doing the things they want to do, you're taking away their power, you're taking away their choice. You take that away from a child, hell, you take it away from an adult, you're going to have problems. What happens is, let the child try it on for themselves and see what happens. Let them fail and let them figure it out. They will ask you if they need help. But they are empowered to ask you because they trust you that you will help them. It's the parents who don't show up. All right, so think about that. So this is what we're looking at. So if you go along the lines of these stages of development, and most of our needs are being met in each and every one of these stages, guess what? We grow up to be pretty healthy individuals. We do. So we go out into the world, and guess what happens? We can take on the world. We can get beat up a little bit. When we turn around, we go, you know something, they back me up, so I don't mind that. So whatever you got, bring it because they always care. However, if we become fragmented, we're going to go into that in a minute. If we become fragmented, guess what happens? Oh, dang. I go into the world. I don't trust the world. They do some things to me that are life diminishing. I turn around and says, well, you were never there. And we're stuck. Those are the people who have very, very painful pasts that haunt them. Now, I'm not trying to make this dinner this terrible place. We're going to show you some things. So, what happens next? How do we survive in that world? Their parents are their gods. We put them on the pedestal. That's what we do. It's natural. Oh my God, they're going to help us, guide us, show us the way. But guess what? They're human. And those darn humans have what? Flaws. And those flaws, we may pay for those flaws. You have to be awakened to say, you know, some young lady and young man or daughter or child, whatever, guess what we're going to do? We're going to wake up and do something different than what happened to me. And some parents don't do that. They just don't. Not right or wrong. It doesn't make them good or bad, right or wrong. It just makes them the parent who did not wake up. That's it. Most people, I can get off the hook by this. Unblaming the parent because it's not their fault. They're just doing what they know. If they do what you know, that's all you do. If they don't wake up because they don't choose not to. Well, they could choose not to, because if they choose not to, that means they have to do what? They got to look back. And if you look back, guess what you're going to see? And what you see, you may not like. And if you don't like that, guess what you're going to do? Oh boy, all kinds of things start surfacing and bubbling up. And we may go suppress. Remember, we become a fragmented individual and push it down. Okay, that's how that works. So know they're human. 2, understand that they have a past. They have a past. Just like you and me. They too come from somewhere. And you got to think about culture. You got to think about timing. You got to think about the economic situations they're in, all these kinds of things to make them the parent they are. Back in the old days, we didn't just go in the corner and give you a timeout. No, we put a stick on your butt. We did. I had a switch. I remember. I got it. Hurt like hell. I knew I wasn't going to do that again. Is that effective? Maybe. But now, no, I never hit my kid. No, I'll talk to you. I'll give you that look. And he knows the look. Or you learned it in acting class. Yeah. No, people think I'm the rock, but I say, no, I'm the pebble. I'm a lot smaller. So that being said, it's just looking at people, looking at your child and looking at yourself and how your past comes to the forefront. That's the key. We're not going to blame anybody. 2, here's the next one. Don't personalize the situation. Okay, don't personalize it. Usually 95% of people's communication towards you has nothing to do with you. Did you know that? It's about what they've been through. So if someone starts yelling or raising their voice at you, saying some terrible things, do this one thing. What am I paying for? And just take a step back and just watch them. Watch them kind of, oh, dang, I don't know. Ooh, that's a deep question. No, what am I paying for? Because you're yelling at me. I don't know what that means. You're calling me names. Or the next one is this. What are you needing by making those comments? I had a client like this. He goes like this. The dad constantly called him terrible names over the years of raising him.
I think over a lifetime, we'll accumulate an element of guilt about our past and our own behaviors. It's often very easy to forgive others, but how do we learn to forgive ourselves?
Good. Okay. One thing I teach people is this. When we forgive ourselves, we were giving ourselves a break. What we did at that time was meet a particular need because that's what we needed at the time. There's no right or wrong, good or bad, just that's what you needed to do. If you can learn from that here and bring it to the future or present to the future, then you won or you've learned. But back then, that's what you needed to do. So when I get my guys off, I've had a 85% success rate off alcohol and drugs. They stopped using, okay, because they understood why. A lot of them beating themselves up for what they did. At the time, they needed to use the drugs to ease the pain that they experienced from neglect and abandonment and all the things that come from that home. So the drug was the answer. A tragic answer, but an answer nonetheless. So it helped. But the stuff they did with it, of course, separating families, abandoning children, and all this sort of thing, that came with it. But if you can learn from that, then what you did, if you learn from it, then it was worth going through that dark side, through the tunnel, I call it, at the other end. So give yourself a break. Understand that's what needed to be done at the time. If you keep it up, then we still have a problem. But if you stop and learn from that, then it's a big win for everybody. Hopefully that answered the question. Okay.
All right. Next.
Children watched Mr. Rogers on TV, and recently I've used my favorite comment of his is, "I like you just the way you are." And I used it in a piece.
Yes.
And I love that philosophy, and when you concluded with that, I went, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So thank you.
You're
for that
welcome.
conclusion.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Particular problem with a particular person who's a recovering drug addict, but he still behaves like a drug addict.
Yes.
Everything is everybody else's fault. And in interpersonal reactions, it's really hard to have interactions with him where he will start screaming at me, essentially. How?
Okay.
Do you have some insight on that?
Yes. In my book, I talk about this. It's called The Man-Child. Okay, we are stuck. Wherever the tragedy happened is to say it was the day he decided to go, I am not moving. This is when I saw the trauma or the thing happen to me. So now he's stuck at the age of, say, 6. So he's going out here in life in a chronologically grown body with a 6-year-old mentality that's running the show. You want to think about archetypes? Archetype. You ever, okay, so his archetype, his wounded boy, is running the show. Plus, guess what? He may be getting a need met by being a victim. What happens when he says victim? Who comes running? Poor me, right? So remember, he's getting a need met by the things that he's doing. If we were to ask him this one question, why did you start? That's just one question. Why did you start? What happened in your life when you started? Something had to make you go, I'm picking up this thing, and I'm not good at this, by the way. So something picked up, God, I'm all over the map. Something had to happen for him to pick that up, to lose reality. He needed to get out of reality, okay? Here's the thing you need to do on your end. I tell parents of this, right? Number 1, do not go down with the ship. Number 1. 2, ask him the question when he started. Don't play the game, okay? 3, pick up the book and the workbook that I wrote, because the workbook goes deep and it's going to sting. And if he doesn't going to read it, you read it, because now you're going to understand him to save yourself, okay? Because I don't like people going down with the guy who's doing all the drama. Also, we get all sucked in, we lose our life. What are you going to do with your life, okay? He's going to have to understand where the pain comes from. Once you understand where the pain comes from, and he's going to, you know more than I do, so I'm throwing some stuff at you so you can sink your teeth into. Once he understands that, guess what? The healing begins. But he's got to go look, and you got to be brave. If you're not brave, then he's going to be the man-child for a long time. Okay? Anything else? A little bit.
How is that my responsibility?
It's not.
No,
That was already done. Your responsibility is to save yourself. Take care of yourself. All right? You can ask these questions. What makes you do that behavior? Open-ended questions, and people like this is this. You got to make them work. So why do you behave like this, son? Where does this come from? He can't answer yes or no. So why do you think you do this? And what they'll do, they'll forget you, I'm not talking to you. That's what they'll do. They're like little kids. They'll run off, because you're making them think. You got to keep doing that and go live your life and protect yourself so he doesn't destroy what you created yourself in your life. I have all these kids. I'm going to be honest with you. When I work with the kids from the hood to the kids up on the hill, the ones on the hill are worse because they get to escape more. They go on the west wing and hide. They do. It's really interesting. So hopefully that helps. I do that. I'm not trying to do the book thing, but it's just the book answers that question. That's why I wrote it, because I've seen thousands and thousands of these situations, okay? Okay.